Hey everybody, Mark, MrBookieboo, and I've got a whole lot to show you. I actually got behind on updates, and so I'm playing catch up. I'm not going to waste any time. Let's jump in and take a look at all the exciting stuff that's going on in the Lego City this week. Starting with our overview of the city, you can see there's a lot of illumination going on back here. We're going to take a look at that in just a minute, but we'll just kind of pan over and see. It does look very plain without the mountains here. They're still going back. Haven't had a chance to rebuild them yet. I may just throw the old ones back up there just to have something there. But lots and lots of progress here in Harry Potter world as well. So but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go take a look at the main part of the city over here. And you can see we've repositioned some modulars, which is good. And most importantly, we have almost all of the lights on with modulars that have lights. Now, I haven't lit up everything yet. Cafe Corner is actually my newest addition. I need to get a light kit for that. So I need to work on that one. But the rest of these are looking pretty good. The Italian Riviera is not lit up yet either. But otherwise, you can see it's pretty glowing back there. Another thing you're going to see is we've actually added one of the mountains back in this corner. I felt like I was missing something back there, and it kind of is a throwback to prior versions of my layout, and you can see really neatly how that mountain is stacking up back there. I think that's a nice little addition. I'll show you how I did it in a few moments, but I think that's just a nice little touch. A little bit of work in here, again, just kind of moving things around, repositioning, getting the color scheme right so I don't have too many of one color modular next to another. There's a lot of brown, dark red modulars, let me tell you. So it's a little tricky to work with that, but I think overall, it's looking pretty good. I still have to work on this little top area here. We're gonna expand the roadway, do a little bit of a park at the end here, just little details and things like that, but overall, pretty happy with how the main part of the city is turning out. Now, let's take a look over here at Harry Potter World. This, first thing you're gonna notice right here is actually on a whim, I decided, hey, I'm gonna take Diagon Alley and just put it on the layout and let's see how it looks. This is the result, and I think I like it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I think this works here. It's an odd curve with the track. It's an odd corner. You know, what am I going to do with it? I don't know, but I felt, hey, you know what? Because of Gringotts and the way that that's positioned, you could do these two wings. It's not exactly an alley, but I think you get the idea. And then, of course, we have the brick bent retaining wall in the front that follows the curve of the train track, which kind of really helps kind of frame that area nicely, I feel. And of course, down at the end here, eventually I'd like to do a leaky cauldron mock with the wall and stuff kind of leading into this part of Diagon Alley from the main part of the city, which I think I can fit in there because I got about a base plate and a half, so I have room for another modular. I can do a small leaky cauldron with the magical brick wall, and off we go into this kind of Harry Potter land and transition in there. You're also going to notice we've got more of the mountainscape behind Diagon Alley in place here. This is great. This is just a repeat on the other side of Hogsmeade, but it breaks up this area very nicely. I need to add a few trees and some color to that, but that's been coming along very well, I feel. This area right here, this is actually interesting. This was just on a whim. I decided, you know what, if you remember, like a couple of months ago, I had this on the other side and it was going to be more of just a landscaped area before I went all in with the Harry Potter stuff. And so I salvaged this. I threw it here just to put it somewhere. And I said, you know what, I kind of actually like this. I think this might work. So what you see is kind of this snow shed viaduct thing. And then we've got it kind of finished off over here with the rock wall going up. So it kind of frames off Diagon Alley. And then this, I don't know what I'm going to put here yet, but this is a really nice raised platform area to kind of do something fun, something different. Again, just playing with height, different techniques and things. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, we come around here to the main part of Harry Potter world, and you're going to see some good changes over here. So most of Hogsmeade's been rebuilt. We slightly adjusted a few things, adjusted the height a little bit. I took your guys' advice and actually pushed it back a little so that the tree line isn't so cluttered around here. you can see, you can actually see in the detail, and you can see the buildings much better because the trees are closer this way, further away from the buildings. So we've got that going on. We've got this mostly retextured and landscaped. And then also we've added a couple of my mock Hogsmeade buildings, because why not, right? It shouldn't just have to be the official ones. And so we also kind of have these like stepping down to get closer to the bottom here, which I'm redoing the stairway right now to actually curve so it flows better to the station. We've also added the Shrieking Shack on the end here because I feel like that's a good place for that. It's good of any, right? Good as any place. So that's kind of cool to have that little feature there. We're going to add a lot more pine style trees around it to kind of close it off. We'll put some fencing in front as well. And then also, again, we're going to have to figure out how to transition to that raised area over here. Probably just, a few burp mountainside over here on this side to kind of frame it off. And then we'll have that raised area to put. The burrow isn't happy in its new home right here. This is an excellent little spot for it. It just kind of works in that corner, I feel. It gives a good feel. And then, of course, you can look down the tracks and you can see Hogsmeade Station. The tunnel's off in the distance, and then you get to the actual Hogwarts, which, again, the Dark Lake area is mostly complete. There's a few little things I want to do here with this, but I feel that this is really shaping up well. And then, of course, we have the boathouse stairs going up to Hogwarts Castle. I need to finish the top of the stairs, and I also need to rebuild the Great Hall and the courtyard to get it to fit to the stairs. This is the official set. I'm just going to modify and tweak it just a little bit so it fits a little bit better. And then, of course, we're going to have the mountains in the background. And I promised you I'd show you the backside, how that mountain in the corner of the city is sitting up. I just got a cabinet. It's just a simple little cabinet from IKEA. It's sitting on top of that, and you can see we still have access back there. I can still reach back there easily. But the mountain on the backside of the city sits nicely and neatly back there, and you can't see into the framework or the structure of that. You can kind of see from this extreme angle over here, but I'll finish that off. I actually had an idea. I might actually try to take my original mountain, which is down here, and put that on the end of that mountain, because I think that would be really cool. And I really, really want to keep that original mountain because I'm just so attached to it. So we'll see. But that's where we're at. I think lots of progress, lots of little things. It's like there's lots of little detail work that I've been doing this week. But I think it's all starting to pay off, and I think it's all starting to come together really well, especially in the Hogsmeade, Harry Potter area. The Diagon Alley, really digging how this is shaping up right here. I think it's just colorful and nice. And it's kind of cool because you can kind of see the Diagon Alley with Hogwarts off in the distance. Not exactly realistic, but, it's a magical world, and that's okay, right? And then, of course, again, the main part of the city with all the lights. I think that is looking pretty decent at this point. What do you think? Well, there you have it. Another Lego City update. Lots of progress, lots going on. Let me know what you think, though. I really value the comments and the feedback that you guys give me. I think I'm on the right track with a lot of these areas. I'm pretty excited about how it's shaping up, but there's always room for improvement, always room to change things around, always room to rebuild things and, mix it up. It's all part of the fun, right? So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I will be back real soon with more from the Lego Room. Have a great day. Bye.